Welcome you all this evening. Thank you very much for being part of the project.
Thank you.
And if you could just start off with your name and age to share with our audience.
Sure. My name is Patina Browner, and I'm 32 years old.
And I'm Jason Browner, I'm 32.
Excellent. I just wanted to again say thank you for joining our project. And we're just going to talk about a few things and feel open to share or not.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about what you do every day and what do you consider your life role right now?
Well, every day I am an entrepreneur. I started a company called Dance Intensified and Entertainment. And what we do is we provide dance to the world. So anything that you need, dance and entertainment, that's what we provide. If you need a dancer for a party, church event, anything. So creating opportunities for dancers to be able to speak their artistry. And every day I'm basically working from home and connecting with people because connecting with people is what I do. So that's the purpose. Connecting with people and letting their talents come forward.
Excellent. How about you, Jason?
I work for Metro, and I'm in the bus side, bus maintenance. So I do the technical repairs on the buses, the transit buses.
Okay. And you all are recently married?
April
Yeah,
15th,
April 15th.
2017. Yeah.
Okay, so really brand new.
Very
Congratulations.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
newlywed.
That's awesome. So if you can think back over a significant event that you would have felt would have brought a period of sadness or what some people might define as depression, would you mind sharing a story with us about that?
You want to go, Ryan?
Sure. So depression is something that I am very familiar with, unfortunately. For me, there would be many things that would make me depressed. It would be from family not being close, how I would want them to be. Growing up, I'm from Philadelphia, so we would have block parties and families would come over to enjoy the block party. And in my family, because my family is far away, it would just be me, my mom, my dad, and my brother. And we didn't have a lot of people around, so I kind of felt like I was cheated out of having a whole bunch of family because I'm a people person. So I would want to be connected and have cousins and my brothers involved and everybody come to our house, and our house would kind of be, I guess you would say, a drive. Like a lot of traffic wasn't in and out of my house, and I always longed for having a lot of family around me. And in turn, what would happen is I would compare myself to people a lot in their family structure, and I would want that for myself. And it would actually make me sad, and it would make me sad to the point where I would get depressed. So that was one thing. And one other thing I would say is being an artist, a professional dancer myself, it would comparing myself. That was really the big thing for me, comparing myself to people. Not really so much I want to look like her, I want to be shaped like her, but I want to be good enough to be accepted in this world of dance. I want to be good enough for somebody to love me like all the family members loved my friends. So for me, being accepted was like a really big thing, because if I didn't feel accepted, it would make me sad, which in turn would go to a deep, dark place, which would make me depressed.
Okay, I can appreciate that. I can definitely understand as an artist myself how that feels.
Yes.
And sometimes it's difficult to come out of that, so thank you for sharing that.
No
Jason,
problem.
did you have something that you wanted to share?
I'd really have to think. I don't.
When you were younger?
When I was younger, the passing of my grandmother,
Okay.
so, or passing of loved ones, and but
And how you wanted to make everybody happy. Remember you were telling me that, how you worried a lot.
yeah, I used to worry a lot, and like a people pleaser, I wanted everybody to be happy. I still do, but nowhere near the level like how I wanted to before when I was younger. But I learned, you can't please everybody, life lessons when I was younger, so I can say that that made me, that I was more disappointed than anything else, because I felt like that was something that I couldn't accomplish, that I worked real hard to do.
Okay.
So that was for my family members, my parents, my brother, all my brothers, and yeah. I mean, outside of that, I'm more optimistic, so I kind of get, when things happen, I take them as they go, and I don't look back, I just keep moving forward. So when negative things do happen, I don't tend to dwell in them or dwell on them.
And that's why he's my balance.
Yeah, I don't,
Yeah.
it's not really much of a, I learned that a little younger, like maybe teenage years. So since then, up until now, it hasn't really been much of an issue.
And I know for me, and Patina, you brought this up, which is actually a perfect segue into my next question, is with Jason being such a supportive person for you, knowing that you deal with depression and sadness, and sometimes it can take you to a pretty dark place. Jason, have you felt that you've been able to step in to help her come out of that?
Absolutely.
Can you tell us a little bit how that happens?
She'll just get down sometimes. I'll get down too, but I know she's a person that makes herself happy, you see, and that's what I was looking for, because I'm a person that makes myself happy, and we didn't want to have anybody, we didn't want to be dependent on someone else for our happiness. So when we're together, it just amplifies our own happiness with one another. So when she's down, I do things to pick her up. So it's kind of a balance. So if and when she does get down, I can tell, and I could tell without her saying anything, or just the energy in the room. So when I see anything that's off, very important is communication. So we talk and communicate all the time.
Even
about
when I don't
anything.
feel
When
like
she don't
it.
feel like it, when I don't feel like it. So that's real big. But that's how I could tell. And I'll do things. I mean, it's kind of like keeping a balance, because it's not like when she's down I'll bring her flowers or anything like that. It's just a normal routine. It's being present and
Listening.
just treating everything like we're still dating, keeping it fresh until we're gone, and that's it.
And
that helps keep it.
Right, I'm sorry.
So go ahead, Lynn.
That's what I was going to say. What he really does help me with in this part of it is that he keeps it very neutral. He doesn't overanalyze it. So what's wrong with you? And just keep asking questions, because somebody who gets, like, I can honestly say that I don't deal with depression how I used to when I was younger. I can get really sad, but to go to that deep, dark place, I haven't been there in a long time, thank God. But when I am getting to that deep, dark place, he'll come in, he'll be his regular self. He won't ask questions like just, what's wrong? Talk to me now. Talk to me now. He'll just be there. And then usually just his presence being there, because he's so calm, as you can see. And I'm all amped up all the time. So because he's so calm, I feel bad. I almost feel bad if I'm like mean to him, or if I'm having an attitude or something. So like when he comes in the house, I'm just like, okay, I don't really feel like talking right now. And then he'll start talking, and he'll take a shower and start singing and just being himself. And I'll say, babe, I had a hard day today because of X, Y, and Z. And he'll always say this, babe, you know everything is going to work out. That's his favorite line. And when you're going through something, you're like, I know. You don't really want to hear that, but you know it's true. So he's just positive. I don't understand how he's so positive all the time. But his calm spirit helps my crazy.
That's awesome.
It's not crazy. And then if she was super laid back and calm, it'd be boring. So
Okay.
you gotta be.
That's true.
So I know in my household with Aaron, we have, or he has certain triggers. And so I may get a text. It's going to be a French fry day. And I know something has triggered something for him to want to go to his happy place, which is the French fry place.
Yes.
To make him feel better. And so I've learned, for as much as I would like him not to have to always go to the French fry place, you know, sweetie, you should be eating more vegetables, or you should be eating more fruit. That's not what he wants to hear. It's
At the moment,
it's,
yes.
I'm going to get French fries, and you need to be okay with it. So as a supportive spouse, it sounds like you being that everyday sort of calm person, knowing that everything's going to be okay, works for you guys.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to go to medication to help you get out of depression at all?
When I was younger, my mom thought I had to, so she went to doctors. I've been to therapists and everything, and they always said I was almost there, but not quite.
Okay.
But to Patina, I thought I was there. I said, give me something, because this is weighing on me so heavy. I feel like I can't breathe. I can't take it. It's a dark place. I didn't want to be around people. I didn't want to be social. And you know, my personality is very vibrant on a regular. So when I started to feel like I couldn't be myself, I knew something was wrong. And I felt like I needed to be medicated. But the doctors were like, no, you're not really as bad as you think.
Okay.
But I thought that I was. So no, to answer your question, I've never been on medication. And they were actually right. It was all in my head. And when I was able to really deal with issues and trauma that have taken place in my life, then I really was free from depression, honestly, because I don't suffer from it anymore.
Okay. Did you find dance helped?
No,
Okay.
it didn't. I thought it would. But dance is something that I was born to do. Kind of like I was born to, when you're born, you can breathe prayerfully. You can breathe, you can walk, you can talk, you brush your teeth. You learn all the motor skills, you learn all the life skills that you're supposed to do. For me, that's how dance was.
Okay.
When I came out, I was walking, running, dancing. That's what happened. So dance was just there. It was something that I did. So it didn't really help me. I know a lot of people have stories where dance was my outlet, my art was my outlet. It wasn't. It was just something that I did that I was really good at, that I loved, but it didn't really help.
Okay. And that's a good, sort of a good point, because I think sometimes, whether you're in therapy or whether you're on medication, people outside of that realm first want to say, oh, you should go out to a field and scream. Oh, you should go exercise. Oh, have you thought about going running? And sometimes, like you said, if you're a dancer and you felt like you were born to be a dancer, that's like your middle name.
Exactly.
Right.
It's
So
in your DNA.
that's not the thing that you would do to get you out of that dark place. So thank you for sharing that. Jason, is there anybody else in your family or friends or anybody that you've known that have experienced depression at all?
My older brother, he goes through it. He was taking medication that he was on that actually contributed to nerve damage. So he still struggles with both that and some like uncontrollable movements or shakes that he's getting a lot better with. But yeah, it's been in my family. And what I do, I haven't really dealt with a lot of that. I've dealt with depression to a degree, but through prayer and just keeping a constant connection and relationship with God. That's how I was able to get through mostly everything. And my go-to is I love cars, so I'm a car person. And like most guys probably like football or basketball, so I'll go take a drive, or I'll do some stuff with some of my cars or some of our vehicles we have, and do a run where you go drive and just relax. And it takes my mind off of stuff. And now I got a partner, so it's perfect.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thoughts that you would like to share for maybe somebody who's going through depression? Maybe it's a couple who maybe doesn't know quite what they should do with the other person. You know, my wife is dealing with it, or my husband's dealing with it. Is there anything that you guys might want to share with another couple?
Everything's going to be okay. And
It's true.
yeah, and if you shift your concentration and make a hat onto being or looking at things, and it's all the way that you look at things. So if you're looking at things, or how they say glass half full, if you approach a situation and just try to find the positive things in the situation, even if it's something small compared to what's going on, the practice of doing that will become habit and will eventually get you out of the place that you're in, because your body will be trained mentally to think and function that way, so that you're not even going to or thinking about things that would revert you back to where you were coming from, or where it all began in the first place for whatever anybody's dealing with.
I think that works for some people. I know for me it didn't. If you tell me to stand in the mirror and say, I am successful, I am beautiful, that did nothing for me. But just for some people that does work, and I think they should try it. For me, that didn't work, and I definitely believe in prayer. I don't know what everybody's religious background is, but I definitely believe that a God created us. And I believe that if you pray to him and really put your trust in him, that he will really get you through. But in addition to that, people who are suffering, especially in a marriage, the best thing I think that a spouse could do is listen. Don't feel like you have to give advice, because when a person is going through that place of depression, they don't necessarily want to hear what you have to say. They really want you to just be present. So don't feel like you have to give advice, because at that point when we're in it, your advice really is null and void. Like, we really can't hear that. So just be there, and then when we come up out of whatever we're in the moment, we'll be able to talk, and then we can receive what you have to say. So just be a body, and be a pleasant body. Don't be annoyed. Don't be irritated. Don't say, oh, I'm so sick of this, I'm tired of her being this way, because you married that person for a reason. Or you chose that person as a partner for a reason. So be patient and listen. And that will be the most helpful thing for them.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You're the first couple, I believe, we've had in terms of the interview. So this was a nice change to be able to share what a couple goes through, other than Aaron and myself. So this is good. We appreciate it.
Thank you so
again.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.